homesick, haven't you? Yes, I figured. It's very reminiscent of your home. Maybe with a few neighbouring areas you've been to in the past. It's quite lovely. The real thing might just end up disappointing me once I'm back to see it again. That's the one consolation of this state of being. Your creativity is allowed to manifest itself in ways of reality you couldn't even begin to replicate. Though unfortunately, with the added consequence of it all just melted away at a moment's notice. That's one thing I don't envy about your situation. This could all turn into a nightmare so easily. But at the very least, you don't have to live through it alone. And I can always bring you back by reminding you that none of this is real to begin with. Well, so long as the spell continues to afflict you, there isn't much else I can do. I made it clear to you that magic is quite strict in its execution. Spells must be broken as intended. I'm afraid I don't know what consequences would occur if I were to take shortcuts. I must say, it's good to hear that you trust me to have the heart to take it all back if I could. But we both know that I placed this spell upon you with the clear intent. And unfortunately, that means you'll continue to sleep until it's broken. There is only one way out of this. Sorry. True love's kiss is all you need. Simple as that. Of course I know. I've known from the beginning. If you ever had a true love to begin with, this would have been too easy. Though if it had been me, you would have woken up like any other day with me at your side and we could have started our happy ever after together. But it's never that simple, is it? I would have preferred if things worked out between us normally. I tried. I really did. I hope you'd noticed all the times I gave you a little something extra whenever you come to purchase a charm or two. Maybe a discount here or there. Some of your friends probably weren't too happy about when they were out there paying full price. Though I pray that none of the teasing they did whenever you passed by the store was to your detriment. They only started doing it after I asked you to dinner, so surely it must have been about that. Well, we both know they weren't just happy that you had someone interested in you. I don't think there's a soul in this kingdom who doesn't know what I've done. A powerful reputation goes a long way, you know. Had I been some amateur, barely making a name for myself, I would have taken my approach more slowly. Then again, I may have overestimated how far I still have to go in building trust with the people. It was wishful thinking to assume I'd gotten past the days where all anyone saw was the face of a usurper. But I suppose I can't take full credit for that. The only thing my master required of me was placing our dear princess in her own eternal sleep. And well, you know, the rest is history. Nothing to keep me imprisoned for now that the princess has been woken by her true love. Maybe that's why His Majesty was so lenient with my sentencing. Just one long nap and an excuse to plan a royal wedding in the end. As much as I wish you could be given that very same treatment once your spell is broken, I'm afraid this kingdom doesn't hold you to such a high pedestal as I do. I may be back to my old ways, but this time it's for my own interests, not someone else's. And I don't think His Majesty would care too much about someone of common blood being put to sleep for a while. Whatever you consider this, I can guarantee it's a better experience than what most would put you through if they held the same sort of power I do. Imagine how differently things would be if I left the hands of someone who would bind your very existence together. And once free from your eternal sleep, you wake to the real nightmare of having no autonomy in reality, forced to live the rest of your days at their side as you continue to convince yourself that you love them all for the sake of your sanity. Scared to think about, But I guess knowing that someone who played a part in the near downfall of the kingdom is in love with you is pretty scary too. When I finished my sentence, I wanted to live a normal life again, not one of seclusion. So it's only natural that I would interact with people and eventually fall in love. I couldn't help it with the kind of person you are. You may not have royal blood, but you are my majesty and my one true love. I hope that one day you can experience that kind of love. It's an incredible feeling like no other. Well, to the point where you'd do whatever you could to keep them at your side, but not act so rashly to that feeling. But it's a little too late for me. So I will do what I can to make up for it and be the kind of person you would want to love. No one else is able to come visit you here, so it has to be me. Unless you dream of other people in your life and fall in love with a fancy of your own creation. But at that point, it isn't really true love, is it? If it provides you any comfort, you don't have to worry about me being a figment of your imagination. I am very real, and I will do everything that I can to keep all of the nightmares away. I know when you're feeling restless. I'll come to you when you need me the most, and I'll leave you to enjoy your pleasant dreams privately. But regardless, I'll come by to visit often so you're never alone. Until you fall in love, I hope, so I can set you free. But until then, I can give you my love. Always. But that alone won't be enough to wake you. I suppose you could try, though I wouldn't expect much. Only if you feel that you're ready to see. I've been ready, longer than you know. Told you. I'm sorry, but it was nice anyway. I look forward to when that love becomes real so you can have a much happier outcome than that the next time. Real love will give us the reality we both want. Well, if you love me enough, you'll want it too. There's nothing better than a happily ever after that I can promise you. If this is what your dreams are like, imagine what I can give you in reality. My power can do much more than this. Enough to end a reign of monarchy if old plans had gone to the way they were supposed to. So there's a lot you could ask and I could give it to you. For true love, that's got to be worth it. But you have to work for it like I will. I'll do my best to make it as easy to fall in love as I can. I have a lot of love to give. More than you could ever dream of.